Community Motors West Side, the GM Superstore next to Cinema West. Community Motors of Mason City, we give you more.
All right, with that, we'll formally call this meeting to order. It's Tuesday, the 15th of November, and we have agenda, and then with the minutes, we have two bullet items.
Motion to approve the agenda and the minutes of the meeting is the 8th and the 11th.
Okay.
Second. Excuse me. 10th.
Okay.
Second.
All right. It's been motioned and second to approve today's agenda and the minutes of November 8th and the 10th. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Okay. Old business?
I have none.
I have none.
Our county engineer, they're pushing you out of your perch there.
I know, that's all right. I'll survive.
Yeah, all right. With that, how you doing? Good?
I'm fine.
All right.
N30A, the bridge down by Thornton. They poured the concrete rail on the bridge yesterday, so hopefully still hoping to get that opened up this winter. They do have a little bit of concrete left to pour for the wings, but yeah, we should get that done this winter.
Okay.
On Vine, they replaced that culvert yesterday, and they got that done, so that was good. That needed to get done. The other pipe was rotten, so. S14, we've been looking at some culvert and tile repairs that need to get done. And may have it just down to one lane because there is a laminated wood box, and the apron has come apart and has been sucking some of the shoulder and whatnot, so we may have to do a lane closure just to get in there and repair that portion. Clear Lake's gonna open it up and see what we're battling before we do that.
That's where?
S14 north of B55 by that large dredge ditch. You know, which on the west side of the road over there. So, and then our bridge inspections are coming due the beginning of next year. WHKS and I have been conversing back and forth, trying to come to an agreement as to what we want to do. There's been some discussion. The DOT started this bridge inspection program, and it's all the information is inputted into the website that they have. It's website based, and they're requiring that the counties come up to speed with it. So there's a lot of time involved with that. I've done a lot of it in-house with Mary, inputting a lot of the information because it's just kind of like a data entry sort of thing. But there's some other things the DOT is requiring to be compliant with the National Bridge Standard. And if you're not compliant with the bridge standard, that can affect your federal aid funding for bridge replacement projects. So there may be some additional costs with our bridge inspections this go around. But I'm still working with WHKS to hatch that out, do what we can in-house, and try to keep that cost to a minimum, cost increase to a minimum. So.
That's annually or once every 2 years?
Every 2 years.
That's what I thought, every 2 years.
Yes,
okay.
every 2 years. And then we do our small boxes every 4 years, and those are due this year.
Okay.
Those are not required, but I think it's not a bad idea. We did close the one on Zinnia Avenue that was caught through one of those inspections.
I don't know exactly where it goes.
So we are working on that and should have an agreement for you guys fairly soon to do our bridge inspections.
Good. The culvert on Vine, cement or metal?
Cement.
Okay. Yep. Surprised you got it that
They're not too bad because you don't have to pour. They're precast.
Right.
They come in sections, and if you kind of know what you're doing, they pick them up, set them, and push them together, and it's actually really fast. You wrap the joints with a fabric, and then you have these metal ties that you sits on each section to keep them from separating, because a lot of times back in the 50s and before that time, 60s, they would set these concrete culverts, but they wouldn't tie them together, so you get some separation.
Shifting.
And then the dirt sucks into the cracks, but that's been alleviated with that fabric. You wrap the fabric and then the ties, and it helps keep them in place really well.
Okay.
So,
Good. Any other things?
I don't think so at this time.
What is the overall condition of that road with the rock falls now?
North Rock Falls?
Yeah.
Like in general,
Yeah.
it needs to be resurfaced. It rides all right, but there's a lot of cracking in it.
Has Worth County done their portion?
Yeah, they did a concrete overlay
Oh, they did.
last year.
Good.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, just a second. So, our portion, have we ever thought of trying to collaborate with Worth on those? So that perhaps, if we did a slightly larger amount of road, we get overall better price.
I've talked to them. They kind of did their projects really fast because they received that TIF money. And without that TIF money, there was a lot of their projects.
Oh, they're doing their
They did 30 miles in 1 year.
That's quite good.
Yeah. So I did talk to them about one portion because they did Lark Avenue. And we have a 1 mile stretch into our county. And I talked to Jim Hyde and I said, well, let me know because you guys may be interested in extending that concrete down. And they did it so fast. And I believe they've done that. But yeah, the interest would be there to extend the project to help alleviate or get a better cost.
All right.
Do you have an idea, at this point, what's the conditions of our bridges?
I guess that's for the most part, our bridges are in reasonable shape. We do have maybe 20 bridges posted with a weight restriction or posted down to 1 lane to reduce the weight, so 2 trucks can't travel it on the same time. Most of those posted bridges are on gravel roads. The one I can think of right away is the one on Thrush Avenue down in section 17 in Owen Township. That one, is posted a 1-way bridge, and that's a hard surface road. But I think overall they're not bad. And we get these bridge inspections done every 2 years. If there is a bridge that is questionable, it would be closed immediately. If they do a field inspection and find a problem, they would call me and we would close it immediately if there's a severe issue. You're never going to have all your bridges be in 100% top shape condition because you're continually just doing your construction work.
The ones that you have restricted to 1 lane in the country, right? You said there were several that were.
Well, there's some that are posted with either weight restrictions or lane.
So are they able to
restrictions.
run a grain truck across them now? They are, like an 18-wheeler when they're harvesting? Or
If
they have to go around?
it's posted, they need to go around.
Okay.
What they do is what they choose to do. We post them for the safety of the public, but I can't be there monitoring them to see what's going over them. But if they're posted with a weight restriction, they have a responsibility of knowing how much their truck weighs versus what is posted on that sign. And there's advanced posting, so
They have warning
they
enough
should
to get
know.
around.
They should know to turn if they're over that weight limit.
Good. All right. Thank you. Every once in a while, and I bet you get that through your association of 99 counties, and you get those pictures of a bridge, and someone has tried to get across, and they did not succeed, but anyway.
There was a press conference on Highway 67 at Bettendorf where it crosses, and if you stood underneath that bridge, you would never drive across it. I wouldn't advise anybody, I'd advise you to take 80 to cross the Mississippi and not take that bridge.
Okay, we'll be advised. Thank you.
Thanks.
And with that, do you have anything else for county engineers line items? I don't have any other questions or follow-up.
No.
So, okay, we're gonna move right on to some county auditors line items, and then exactly at 10 o'clock, we're gonna have a public hearing here. So with that, first of all, we have claims.
The claims are all in order for your consideration.
Okay,
At this time, I'll make a motion to approve the claims as presented and have you sign where appropriate.
all right.
Second.
We have a motion, and it's been second to accept and authorize the chair's signature on the claims presented this morning. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Payroll.
I have two payroll items. One is a payroll change for Jody Draper at $17.37 an hour as a direct result of the reclassification job description change that you approved last week.
Motion to
And since
approve resolution 2011-101.
Excuse me, Jay, since she's a current employee, I meant to tell you that that can be done by motion, not
That's
resolution.
what I was gonna say, let's do that by motion.
Okay,
Well, then I'll second your motion, Jay.
okay. With that, it's been motioned and second to approve the said payroll change. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, thank you.
The other payroll item I
Yes.
have is the payroll warrant report for the period ending November 5th.
Okay,
At this time, I'll make a motion to approve the payroll warrant report for October, whatever it is.
the fifth.
Yes, okay.
With that.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and it's been second to approve the payroll warrants report as of November 5th. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, we're done with the payroll line items. Drainage?
I have no drainage items today.
Okay, and then as everyone can see, it's got an agenda. We have item number 4, we're gonna get back to canvass some elections that took place a week ago today. So with that, it's 10 a.m. We have a public hearing on the authorization of a loan agreement and the issuance of notes to evidence of the obligation of the county thereunder, which is Cerro Gordo. And I guess, Heather, you have the floor. If we have any questions or concerns, I'll just throw this out. We're in the process of exploring and setting in place refinancing our jail. Okay, with that, you have the floor.
If you recall, last year we did refinance or refund one of our jail issues. We still have one issue, $9 million issue that we are looking to possibly refund since interest rates are lower today than when we initially issued the debt. We are just putting all the pieces in place for when we are ready to secure this debt. Right now, interest rates have gone back up a little bit from when we first started looking at this in the last couple months. We have been advised by our attorneys to go ahead and have the public hearing, so we have all the paperwork in place. If the rates do go back down, we can go ahead and secure that debt and refinance or refund the current debt we have.
Okay. Any, at this time, we'll open up the public portion of this hearing, or that was part of, I guess, the public portion. Any questions or concerns to this matter? Okay. Everyone understand? Yes.
Sure.
Public portion of the hearing,
Hi.
so to speak.
So when is it scheduled to be paid off currently?
The debt that we're looking at refinancing, we will not start paying on it until 2015. We are currently paying the first issue. And the second issue, the $9 million issue, is paid from 2015 until 2025, I believe. So it's a 10-year issue.
Okay, thank you.
And the new issue would be the same schedule, with just lower interest rates.
Thanks, Heather.
Okay.
When we started this process, I think we thought we was gonna be able to save around 250 and 300,000.
Right.
And now it's went up, so we're not gonna save near that much. And like Heather says, our bonding attorney and stuff says we just go through the process. And then if it goes back down again, we can do it rather quickly, so.
Okay. Okay, well, at this time, if no other comment, I accept a motion to close the public portion of the hearing on this.
So moved.
Okay.
Second?
All right, it's been the motion and a second to close the public portion of the hearing. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
What we have before us is a resolution instituting the proceedings to take additional action for the authorization of the loan agreement and the issuance of not to exceed $9.5 million general obligation refunding capital loans. So with that, resolution 101 is in place.
I make that motion, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
And I'll second resolution, 101.
Okay. With that, it's been motioned and second in favor of resolution 2011-101. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. We're, letter D, in our agenda item, planning and zoning. This is to consider access requests for, Michael Dick. And,
This is a request for a third driveway in the property at Kildare Avenue and 250th Street north of the landfill. There are already two driveways into this property, both of which come off of 250th Street, which runs along the south side of the property. The original driveway goes to the house. The driveway approved by the supervisors in August is about 300 feet west of the original access, and that leads to a pole building that received a zoning permit for construction. The commission looked at two alternatives. One was an access from Kildare, which according to the engineer's office would require 6-to-1 safety slopes, but a pipe wouldn't be required. The other alternative was from 250th Street, in which case 30-foot or 15-inch pipe would be required. The commission preferred the access be from 250th Street because 250th, according to DOT traffic counts, carries about a 12th of the traffic that Kildare carries, and of course traffic on Kildare is heavy truck traffic going to landfill. Also, there's a hill just north of the acreage, which would make that turn somewhat blind. The access is intended to allow the applicant to access a corner of his property in the southeast part. You can kind of see that from the aerial photo, to which there is no access now, that lies south and east of the creek. And so the commission recommended approval with the stipulations that the access be off 250th Street, that the access be located roughly halfway between the intersection with Kildare and the bridge, and that it be built to county engineer's specifications. And so if you decide to approve this access, then please do so with the commission's recommendations stipulated. Okay. And Mike's here to answer any questions that you might have.
Okay. Yeah, he's the proprietor, owner. Okay.
I drive by that quite a bit, and that's a really nice looking home.
Thank you very much. That's where I'm gonna hang my hat.
Okay. Well, with that, we'll proceed with the consider the access request for Michael Dick.
At this time, I'll make a motion that we grant his request and that he does everything that the zoning said that he needed to do and put it on 250th Street.
Okay.
I'll second.
Okay. Good.
You said they put 30 feet of field tile in there. Could it be wider than that?
Wider than 30 feet? I suppose we have a minimum, you gotta meet that, and then if you wanna put more.
They sell that stuff in 20-foot sections.
Maximum driveway width is 40-foot top at the right-of-way line, so you can go up to 40 foot. You must have requested a 24-foot wide driveway.
I don't think I specified how wide.
It should be between 24 and 40 foot. And if you need help getting a length of pipe with the driveway you want, it's 2-to-1 for side slopes, we can help you figure that out.
Yeah. I'll just buy 2 20-foot sections and put them together like they did on that west driveway.
Okay, as long as you can get your 2-to-1s and then your minimum driveway width.
2 to 1 on the side slope?
Yeah.
So I'd leave a pretty wide driveway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a pretty wide driveway.
Yeah. Which is gonna be good if I'm gonna drive a big crane down in there to do what I wanna do.
Okay.
You should be fine.
Yeah, you probably won't use that driveway a lot like this other two
Not too much.
existing, as I can see,
Not too
because of
much.
the creek factor there. So, okay. Well,
Let-
with
let-
So if
Yes,
you
sir.
have any questions, just contact me at my office and we can help figure it out.
Okay, while we're on this topic and while I'm here, and I don't know if this is something that I need to talk to you people about or not, but I do wanna eventually put a bridge across that creek.
Okay, on your own property.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I need to talk to you people or the
Yeah,
DNR about
that
that?
would require a floodplain development permit, and would require approval from the DNR before we would issue the permit.
I'm glad I brought that up, because I didn't know that. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would contact the DNR?
Yeah, you can start with our office and fill out the floodplain development permit application, provide all the applicable information, distances from lot lines where you're gonna place it, and then we can send it down to the DNR for review.
Okay. Another thing I'd like to talk about is the bridge. I'd like to repaint the bridge.
The bridge.
You need to talk to the county engineer
Yeah.
long before you
We
need to
talked
talk
about
to
We'll
him.
talk about this a little bit.
Yeah, you have to get a permit in our office.
We'll be talking some more about it.
Okay. Well,
And
glad
another thing I'd
we've
like to talk about
established
is
this relationship.
the possibility of concreting or paving that road from Killdeer to the driveway of the landfill.
We got about 850 other miles we'd like to help with.
There's something different about this one.
Oh,
Okay. Well, this, what we, as we speak, we have a motion open. It's been first and second to approve the existing driveway. It sounds like we have a lot of
No, this
things
won't
that-
take long. It's just,
Okay.
just an idea I'm gonna throw out there.
Okay. This
I'd
is
like
the place
that
to do it.
paved, but I'm willing to help pay for it.
Well, that's an interesting prospect. We've
That's
got
not something everybody else does.
Right, but we'll.
Can, is there I mean, like, are you gonna build a facility out there, or, I mean, is there,
Where I want this driveway?
I mean, with the reason for paving the road? Or is it just
Oh,
a
just for dust control.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Call the question. Mr.
Yes, sir. Well,
Now, can I leave if I want to?
right now. Yes. Yes, you may. Yes, you certainly may.
We're done with my bases.
If we're done with you, you can turn
I'm going back to work.
Okay, well, hey, thank you.
The
And then-
county attorney back there will call.
Yeah, there might be a
deputy.
warrant out.
I wanted to take this time to
Yeah.
thank you
Okay.
for permission on that west driveway.
Yes.
And thank you for permission for this driveway. I
Okay.
appreciate it.
Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, with that, we have a motion on the floor. It's been, motion was brought up and it's also been seconded to approve the existing request driveway that's been presented this morning. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, thank you. We have approximately 5 minutes before we get to the, okay, we have a 10:15 and then it's also a 10:30, so we've got,
We probably got time for the county attorney unless
Okay.
he talks a long time.
well, Carlisle, we haven't seen or heard of you much.
Thank you, I'll be
since
fairly
you've,
quick, but I'm trying to go through appropriate protocol.
Yes.
I have an equipment issue, and that is a copier. Something that I need very bad. Here's the problem, is my copier is over 7 years old now. So I'm looking at either purchasing a new one or leasing. The new trend is leasing. I've got the figures that substantiate what my problem is, and that is over the last 11 months. My last 3 bills per month are 173, 131, and 145, and that's just cost to repair this thing. And because it's so old, my repair costs are just going through the roof. So I developed and I put together Went to Business Systems here in Mason City and also Office Elements, got prices for purchase and also got prices for lease. My recommendation is that we lease one. I can lease one for $114 a month and for 63 months. The other problem that I have is right now I have a 7-year-old machine that still works based on, you know, fixing it up every now and again, but it's really worth nothing. They won't take it. I said, you know, we take it for 500 or something, and nobody will take it and pay money for it. I don't know if we have to put that in a, you know, the Surrey Board of County auction or the Sheriff's auction and just see if we can get something for it. If there's a, been looking around to see if there's any other offices that might take it. But again, if you take it, you're going to be spending $175 a month in fix-up costs, and it's cheaper just to lease one.
Yeah.
So anyway, those are my proposals. Business Systems here in Mason City gave me the best lease agreement for 63 months, which was $114 a month. I'm just asking for approval. I have all the paperwork if you want to see it, but I'm just asking.
I'd like to see
absolutely
your quotes if you don't mind.
This is the quote from Business Systems, and this is the quote from Office Elements. Just give you all a copy.
Have you
and it has purchase prices.
Have you contacted all local vendors concerning this?
These are the two vendors that I'm aware of that sell the kind of equipment that I'm requesting. If you know of other places that have this kind of equipment,
I do not specifically know.
These are my costs that I've incurred over the last year.
Did you contact Mason City businesses?
Right.
Okay. With that, when you guys are muddling through that, I throw out, is there Tom or Ken kind of looking towards you? Is there a standard procedure, or is everyone kind of on their own department? Or is there one copier fits all, or do we have a hodgepodge out there like one? Or is there any suggestions? I guess what I'm alluding to.
Heather coordinates it and purchase every several years, right?
For the one in the copier room, a lot of the departments have their own copiers.
Sure.
Other than in the courthouse here, we all use this main one on the first floor. But, you know, the attorney, sheriff, of course, engineer, they all have their own copiers. And it's just whatever their office.
Whatever, yeah. That's
right.
Without, you know.
I think it's always each according to their own needs.
Yes.
Yeah, yours
Because of the county attorney
yes.
needs a tremendous amount of volume in copies and such.
Yeah, I know the Department of Public Health, they're leasing now.
Right.
So it's kind of, and the only reason I'm suggesting leases, it's not quite as cost effective. It'd be cheaper just to buy a $5,400 unit, which we're looking at, and it's going to cost me leasing over 3 years probably about $6,500 to $6,900. But the nice thing about leasing is then I'm not stuck with a machine that I have no idea what to do with, and you know, other places aren't going to take it.
And considering, you know, the function of your office is probably very time sensitive. You know, you can't be sitting there with a down copier. I mean, you know, does that ever come up? Where
that has been a major issue for us, so that's why we want to move on something that'll take care of our needs. But our volume is substantial.
Well, you know, for the fact of moving along, and now this is just to discuss this. We're not here to approve the purchase right now, or do you want
whatever you guys want to do.
Okay. But
if you want me to look at other bids or whatever, but these are the two businesses that I'm aware of, and I've got bids from them, and I've got all the information about their equipment. They've both been at my office discussing what needs I have and what they can do. So
we'll just, at your discretion, we'll give you the authorization to get the.
Yeah, I think, you know, it's up to him to decide what he wants and work with it, so.
Okay.
If you need a motion, do you need a motion?
Just to.
Probably should have a motion to, well, you have it in your budget?
yeah, I have it in my budget. I just need approval because it's over.
Over that 5, yes. Well,
I'll make a motion that we give him the approval to buy the one that he wants.
okay.
Or lease it, whatever he wants to do.
Okay.
Second.
Okay. It's been motion and second to have the county attorney proceed his purchase of leasing said copier. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, Carl,
I
thank
do
you.
want to formally say again, thank you for assisting us in development of that third floor to use it for offices. Everybody's invited up. I know most of you have been up there, and Jay, you're more than welcome to come up and take a look at what they've done. And I think it's very nice. We're very happy up there, and I have a window, so
Okay.
yippee skippy,
Yeah.
I'm happy. Thank you, sir.
Yep, yes, thank you, Carla. For the benefit of the public, they were in the basement before their offices were located. They're coming up in the world, as they say. Well, with that, we're gonna be moving on up to county auditor's line items. Item number 4, canvass of the city without runoff provisions. And then we'll have a resolution to that effect afterwards, so.
Yeah. You guys have your copy from last week? Yeah? Okay. All right, so this is the canvas of the cities without runoff provisions. Open them and verify that the number of voters on the tape on the inside of the tally book matches the envelope on the outside.
Well, I have, maybe you know quite well, Phil, Doherty.
Oh, okay.
57 ballots. And
Let's see here.
total ballots, 19. I was looking down the tape, excuse me. Correct.
Yep.
And that tally's correct.
Okay.
Okay. I have the city of Rockwell. The outside envelope says 174, and the inside tally tape reflects the same 174 votes cast in Rockwell for the city election.
I have the city of Ventura. Total ballots cast is 56, and it matches the tab sheet.
Okay.
Clear away. Total number 262. That's what's showing here, is that?
262, yes.
262, yes.
Yep.
Okay, yes. Coincides.
I have Rockwell, and the envelope says 28, and the tally sheet inside is the same. The city of Rockwell is 28 votes
Yeah.
total.
I have the city of Thornton. City of Thornton has the total votes cast at 41, and the tab sheet says 41.
Okay. Is that all of them that you have? All right. And I also have the absentee, so I have that. And that's gonna be just a little different.
Okay.
I'll have you read off of this hand-counted sheet, not Mason City, but starting at Clear Lake, the total number of ballots cast.
Okay.
And it's not gonna match anything off of here.
Okay.
That's
Clear Lake 29, Rockwell 28, Swaledale 2, Missouri 2, Plymouth 2, Rock Falls 1.
okay. That's the number of absentee ballots from those cities. Yep.
Now,
Now these other, go ahead.
absentee, that would just be someone, the mail thing. It's not what they come up and vote before.
It's both.
Both?
Both.
Well,
If they
that
come
is
to the
considered
counter,
an- okay.
or we give them their
Okay.
request in the
Just-
mail and we
okay.
mail them.
All right.
It's
Plus, it's
considered.
including the provisional ballots as well.
Okay.
As part of the absentee count.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
okay.
Okay.
Now, these other three tally books that I have are cities that had a write-in winner.
All right, in with,
Okay.
okay.
So there's 3 of them, I'll give you each one, and so
Okay.
I'll have you read,
All right. This is the city of Missouri,
Okay.
and it says total votes cast now, that would be total write-ins.
No, actually, if you want to do the total ballots cast.
Oh, okay.
We'll do that
Total ballots
first.
cast, including write-ins, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Is 34,
Okay.
and tally tape reflects
Okay.
that. Okay. That was for Missouri, 34
Okay.
total.
Do we want them to read the write-in
We need
candidate
to-
names?
Yeah.
Okay.
At least the
Okay.
miscellaneous.
Okay. So on your spreadsheet here,
Okay. Missouri.
on Missouri,
All right. Okay, we got absence.
it's for the council at large,
Okay.
and it's Todd and Robert. Those are two of the write-in winners.
Okay.
Okay. For the council at large, it was a vote for 3, and there was one candidate name on the ballot. And so there were 2 write-ins, 2 write-in winners.
Okay. All right. And they received 31. Is that Dickman or?
Okay, this is, actually, her name was on the ballot.
Mhm.
Okay, she received 31 votes. And then these 2 here are
Okay.
write-in winners.
Okay.
And it was Todd Mullen and Robert.
Okay.
Their names were written in.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh, and just the fact that we had there was 3 positions available.
Right.
One ran, 2 open
One.
slots, and so you fulfilled the council. Okay, with that,
yes.
the name on the ballot was Jay Dickman, and then 2 write-ins for, we said Todd Lawn
Yep,
and Robert Junker. And they received 18 and 10, which, is not the majority, but it's some considered none that was there, so, okay. I
and there
understand
were
that.
27 other write-in people.
Okay.
Scattering.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so that was for the city of Missouri.
Yep,
Yep,
okay.
Okay, for Plymouth,
okay,
we have,
All right.
84 votes cast total,
yep,
and M. Harrington was the write-in winner.
yes, it's
With
Mark.
31 votes.
His first name is Mark,
Okay,
yep,
Mark Harrington.
and that was for mayor.
Yep, that's for mayor.
Yep,
Okay,
Okay, Swelldale, Council at Large, write-ins, Troy Smeeby with 25.
and he was a write-in winner.
He was the write-in winner.
Yep, that was a vote for 3, and yes,
Mayor, John Drury, 36 out of 52 cast. He was the write-in winner.
correct,
Okay.
yep.
See, it's all about Swelldale. If you guys walk in, it's got Swelldale all over it. Yeah,
That's good. Center of the town.
obviously for folks. Okay,
That's all of the.
okay.
Couple
And,
of-
go ahead. Yeah, just always,
I have a couple of reports.
Okay.
The first is a vote center summary report. And at this election in the city of Mason City, city of Clear Lake, we have vote centers. This just tells you how many people voted in their home precinct, the base precinct, and how many people did not voted in a different precinct other than that, which will be better. So, happy to answer questions on that. I think it's fairly straightforward. The other is a driver's license, non-driver ID summary. At this election, I think we believe for the first time in the state of Iowa, people could check in using their driver's licenses. So it's an alternative procedure that is the voter's choice. To our great surprise, more than 70% of the people who voted at the precincts and vote centers where we have the driver's license scanner chose to use their driver's license to check in. What we do is we scan the barcode on the back of the driver's license. It's a very quick procedure. The voters like it because it's quick and easy, I think. And, anyway, that's
first time we moved in the state of Iowa, and certainly across the U.S., some people are scanning driver's licenses, but they're not using the data to the full extent that we actually did in this election. So we're breaking some pretty neat ground here. I wanted to share that with you.
I had the chance, you demonstrated that, and also the people you get to help, what do you call them, election officials, if you will, precinct workers, I understand they liked it very much.
They liked it, the voters liked it even better. It was just an overwhelming success. The IT department deserves great praise. Rodney Ross is the programmer who built the driver's license scanning functionality. It is absolutely cool.
Okay. Okay. Any other questions on this? On the canvas of the what?
One further
yes,
comment.
sir.
In my budget, I'll be building in some backup equipment for counting the absentees. We have a large ballot scanner, expensive sucker, and we had a lot of problems with that at the city election. And it was just serviced a month prior to that. Don't have good reasons. We ended up having to count some of the ballots through some smaller machines that we actually use at the precincts. We're going to buy some backup small machines. So with that machine, we'll have the service person come back. But if we have a problem at the presidential election with 10,000 ballots to count, well, I want a backup plan. That backup plan will be to use the small machines. It'll be much more labor intensive, but at least it allows us to get them counted as we require to use.
Okay. Will be a further development. We'll consider that at that time. Thank you. And just for a moment here, we'll be moving along. The trend was not a big turnout, and I see the smaller communities that one person running write-ins is going to be a big factor. I mean, it's just hard to fill them slots in the smaller communities. Sure. Okay. Alrighty. Well, with that, I'd accept a resolution for the canvass of this election, and I believe 102 is in order. Number one.
Mr. Chairman, I move resolution 2011. I believe it's 103. 102. 102. 102. Excuse me. 102.
Then I'll second resolution 2011, number 102.
Okay. With that, we have a motion. Candace been second in favor of using resolution 102, the canvassing of the vote with the runoff provisions. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep, thanks.
Okay. If anyone still got the agenda before us, we're going to be moving down to the letter F. This is a public hearing on a zone change request from Bonners in Swelldale. And I guess at this time I'll just open up the public portion of this hearing. We've got some background on this.
This is a request to rezone 3.5 acres from A1 to A2. Parcels located in the southeast quarter. The southeast quarter is section 18 of Grimes Township. All structures meet A2 district setbacks. There's a couple structures that, existing structures that are less than 10 feet apart from one another, that the Planning and Zoning Commission noted that if either one of those structures would happen to be lost, they wouldn't be able to be constructed where they're at right now. Access is not an issue. There are 2 drives into the building site. There's also a field access into the surrounding southeast quarter, the southeast quarter, near the northeast quarter or northeast corner of the parcel, and so access into the field is not an issue. Since this was an existing building site, no farmlands being taken out of production, and the request generally conforms to the county's comprehensive plan. Planning and Zoning Commission on November 3rd recommended approval of the rezoning to A2.
I have a question. I look at the picture in figure 1. I was wondering why you moved your bathtub out there.
And I'm using it as a planter.
That's for
Well,
the
that
Seattle
makes
commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet you if you looked around, you could find a lot of other stuff around there like that.
And Bob, I guess You're familiar with the property?
Oh, yeah, I've been there quite a few times.
Okay.
I've sold them livestock.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll open up the public portion of the hearing. Anyone comments at this time?
Just the fact we are updating the septic system too. It's done. Okay, the septic system has been.
Certainly.
Okay.
Okay.
I make the motion, Mr. Chairman, at this time to close the public portion of the hearing.
All righty.
I'll second it.
Okay, it's been motion and second. We're going to close the public portion of the hearing. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, with that, we have a resolution to approve.
At this time, I'll make a motion, we do resolution 2011, number 103.
Okay.
Changing zone from 1A to 2A.
Okay.
Okay, I'll second that.
All right, it's been motion and second in favor of the approval of the said zone change using resolution 103. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, thank you.
Very good, thank you very much.
Thank
You bet.
Bill. Okay, moving on to letter G, we have a manure management plan at a Bamrick location. So,
Yeah, I reviewed that. It's all in order. At this time, we'll make a motion to accept this manure management plan and send a copy to the DNR.
Second.
it's a motion and second to approve and accept and further this manure management plan on to the DNR. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Tom, you're still with us back there?
I am.
Okay, we're going to be moving along to agreements and contracts. The first one to authorize the county Title VI employee training plan. I assume you're the guru.
Yeah,
on
we're
that.
still working through the Title VI requirements that DOT has imposed on us as a result of federal funding that we have received. One of those is to establish an employee training plan. What this policy puts into place is it states that we'll train all employees on an every 4-year basis. Beginning in 2012, we decided to come up with something easy to remember. Every 4 years, consistent with 2012, you have a presidential election, you have the Summer Olympics, it's a leap year. You can remember those things fairly easily. So beginning 2012, we'll train all of our employees, and then at the time of hire, we'll also train employees, probably at the same time that we do the HIPAA training that Mary Beth and Scott Tepner provide as the privacy officer and the security officer under HIPAA. We'll just hit that at the same time, probably hit sexual harassment training at the same time too. So,
bloodborne pathogens.
No, not bloodborne pathogens.
Oh,
We do
okay.
that with the road crew and
That's a different animal.
our employees at risk on an annual basis. So, road crew, conservation, and
Fire
public health
extinguisher training?
employees.
Fire extinguisher?
Fire extinguisher training is about every other year.
Okay.
So, yep.
All right.
So, yeah, you're
And,
defensive driving.
We can just speak to this.
That's
This
what we
is,
can't forget.
That's
this
right.
is kind of a new requirement, if you will.
Yeah, it's something that the DOT, as a turnkey for federal funding to local governments, is requiring not only of us, but I've gotten calls from other entities about
Sure.
wanting to see what we've put in place so that
Okay.
they don't have to reinvent the wheel. And we're piggybacking on some of the stuff that the city put together as well, and
Okay.
copying, borrowing from some of their policies too. So this just requires a motion to authorize the chair to sign.
All right. With that, I'd so accept one. Motion.
So moved.
All right.
Second.
Motion and second to authorize the chair to sign Saragordo County Title VI employee training plan. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, moving along, we're, need a motion to accept signing lease of the county farmland to BKO Ag.
Yeah, as you know, we put the county farm out for bids, and Mr. Ostergren was the successful bidder. At this time, we'll make a motion that authorize the chair to sign that contract.
Okay.
Second.
There's a motion and second to authorize the chair to sign the farm lease between Saragordo County and BKO Ag. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, moving along here, we got some Homeland Security business. I see Steve's not here, but Tom, do you have any background in this? Or?
I do not.
Okay. And we have the set paper with us?
I think we just do these annually.
Okay.
These grant agreements
Yeah, all right.
with his office.
At this time, I'll make a motion to authorize the chair to sign.
Second.
Okay. The motion and second to authorize the chair to sign the grant agreement between the Iowa Homeland Security and Emergency Management Division and Saragordo County Emergency Management Agency on behalf of the Homeland Security Region 2. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, appointments, I have none.
None.
Okay. Correspondence and communication,
None.
None.
that I'm aware of. Okay. Well, with that, we have one line item left. It's V, and it's for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, it's been motioned and second in favor of adjournment. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, thank you.